Hey y'all, welcome back to my channel. I hope you guys are well. My name is Joya. Thank you guys for being here. If you're new, thank you for coming. Appreciate you guys. With that being said, today we're going to talk about toxic relationships and how they affect us as people. What I've found is typically come from an unmet need and or expectation. So for instance, it could be you need consistency. You need something of that stability. Like it could be, you need somebody to be faithful to you. Like that's a requirement, that's a need, that's an expectation. And so when somebody doesn't meet that expectation, they are unfaithful, they are not consistent, they are not whatever. Typically, that's when the toxicity starts. And instead of the person that has been offended, instead of them leaving, they stay, but they make that other person pay. They have arguments, they have disagreements, they get angry, they get upset, they do everything except leave. And then the person that created the offense or the offender, now they're like, okay, why don't you just leave? Why don't you just leave? Like if I did all this and you just don't want to be with me, then just leave. But they're not leaving either. You see what I'm saying? So now both people should leave, but they're staying and they're creating this toxic cycle of arguments, disagreements, fights, things saying things they shouldn't have said in anger, frustration, sending long paragraphs that they shouldn't send. Like, you know what I mean? Those type of things. And it never typically gets better. It just typically never gets better. So if you have to ask yourself, am I in a toxic relationship? Yes, you are in a toxic relationship. If you have to ask that question, because you know when you see it. If you've ever been in a toxic relationship, situation, whatever you want to call it, you can spot other people that are in those relationships. For instance, I can spot that anybody with sense can, but Ray J and Princess love. Toxic as toxic can be. I believe it started out with one person, mainly Ray J. And then I think Princess had to adapt to that if she wanted to stay in that relationship. So she became toxic as well. And then their relationship just never got better. And you see how they're still going back and forth. Them filed for divorce 3-4 times, but they still deal with each other here and there. You know what I mean? Like nobody is leaving. Nobody is saying this is the finale. This is it. I'm not coming back. You don't have to worry about me ever again. They're saying, let's put the divorce, but let's take it off the table. Let's put the divorce. Like nobody is making that decision. And the only way that, if ever, a toxic relationship can get to a healthy way is if there's distance and if both people are committed to growth and they are growing while they're away from each other. It don't mean that you should be hoping for it. It don't mean that you should want it. It just means that life is life, and sometimes people need time apart to see what they actually had, what they missed, and what they actually realized was a good thing, but they couldn't get out of their own way. So for me, I know my faults, I know my ways, and I know what I did or didn't do, and why I could let somebody or this person to do the things that they do, and I'm not gonna neglect that. But what I will say is, if both people don't take accountability, what is there? You know? So with toxic relationships, you really just have to get to back to who you are, like outside of this person, because at some point you liked them and they hopefully liked you, and y'all weren't going back and forth. Like if you're crying more than you happy, if y'all arguing more than y'all not arguing, like those are signs that it is toxic. I followed this content creator and I had no idea he was going through this, but my intuition kind of told me she wasn't really it, but you know what I mean? Whatever. So he's a pretty big content creator in his industry. And, recently he came out, started posting videos, about his ex. I guess she was posting videos about him and, different races. She's not from the US. He brought her over here and, he found out, allegedly that she was here for a green card and using him and all this kind of stuff. So he was posting videos and, posting some receipts. And I said in the comments, I said, listen, this was a toxic relationship. Y'all should have been left each other alone a long time ago. And he responded, he was like, yeah, I agree. But he said in one of his videos that when he would try to leave, she would allegedly threaten to, take herself out of here, which lets you know you're dealing with somebody that is certified off their rocker. You know what I mean? I don't care what you're going through. I don't care how bad the heartbreak is. If somebody threatens to take their life because of you leaving them, That is a certified. So I say all that to say these toxic relationships, they will, now he's, asking for $70,000 in GoFundMe funds to help with lawyers to fight this situation because she's defaming him and saying, all types of allegations. So, you know what I mean? But he knew years ago, they were together for like 6, 7 years. He knew years ago, excuse me, this situation was bad. He knew it was toxic. He knew they shouldn't have been together. And here he is, years later, needing more money for a lawyer to fight this case from these allegations, all because of a toxic relationship. Because one person or both people, and I can say in our situation, it was both of us, just weren't ready to grow, weren't ready to change, and weren't ready to really try to see each other's point of view. And like I said, sometimes you have to adapt to those situations. And what I should have done is just left. I should have left. Like, I should have just left. I should have left. I should have left a long time ago. But because I didn't want to leave, now you got this cycle of back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. And ultimately, one person decided to leave and be done. And that's what, he did. And it is what it is, But I know, looking back, our biggest issue was communication. We could not figure out how to communicate effectively in a healthy way to where you feel heard, I feel heard, you feel seen, I feel seen. And when we would argue, it would be below the belt type stuff. You can't do that. If you want a healthy relationship, a healthy love, you cannot hit below the belt. Even in arguments, you have to learn how to fight, what they call it, fight fair. And that's something I can reflect on and say I should have did better at. But one thing I will say is we couldn't keep going the way we were going. So he was right to leave and to move on with his life. And, I've made my peace. I've apologized. I apologize to God for not, always acting in the best way as I feel like I should have. And I've obviously apologized to that individual. But don't let toxic relationships keep you stuck. Because like my pastor said, he was talking about sin. He said sin will always take you longer than you want to go, or keep you longer than you want to go, or no, take you further than you want to go, keep you longer than you want to stay, and cost you more than you want to pay. And I believe that's the same thing with a toxic situation, relationship. It will take you further than you want to go, keep you longer than you want to stay, and cost you way, way more than you want to pay. Like the man that's fighting, trying to get a lawyer for $70,000. You see what I'm saying? Toxic relationships will cost you. Princess Love and Ray J, like, he just got arrested. You know what I mean? Like, from that. Like, toxic relationships will cost you if you let it get to a certain point. So you have to, you or the other person, or both of y'all, need to decide to walk away. And if it's for you, if God say this is who you're supposed to be with, y'all need time apart to grow, to change, to get yourself together, and y'all will come back together. It will happen. If it's God's will, it's going to happen. But if it's not, y'all both need to stay away and go about y'all business, because the cycle cannot continue. It's too much is on the line. We need better relationships. We need better love. We need better marriages to where we are raising kids in healthy environments, and we're also healthy ourselves. Too many times people get kids and they just so focus on the kids and they relationship fall apart. Like, focus on you as an individual. And that's something that I'm working on. And this season is just me, all about me. That way, if and when I attract another love, it's something that works and we work at it. And because I've done the work by myself, I know that even if I attract somebody that's not for me, or that somebody that is toxic, I know I need to go ASAP. I need to leave ASAP. Don't look back. Don't pass go. Don't collect $200. Just don't do it. But because I did not have the knowledge that I have now and the experience, I stayed longer than I should have stayed. And it cost me. Not financially or nothing like that. Nobody get no money. But it cost me mentally. It cost me emotionally more than anything. And well, it did cost me money because therapy. But I was going that anyways. Beside the point, it's going to cost you something. That's my point. If you stay longer than you should stay. If you stay at all. When you get those toxic signs, you got to get up out of there. You got to get up out of there, and you got to realize that God did not die on the cross. Jesus did not die on the cross for you to be in a toxic relationship, marriage, situationship, whatever you want to call it. He just didn't. He just didn't. So love yourself, work on you, grow, change, and understand that accountability is attractive. So I can take accountability, 100% accountability for what I did and what I didn't do. And I know when I move forward, when I start to date or whatever, again in the future, it's going to be different. I'm already seeing the changes now. Like I'm starting to get not as easily angered as I used to be, not easily upset or easily annoyed, because I get annoyed extremely fast. I'm learning to just stop, pause, think about things from another person's perspective. Maybe they got something else going on. They can't respond to my message right away. I don't gotta get upset. I don't gotta get mad. Just calm down. Calm down. So I'm working on me. That way I can be better. And toxic relationships are never gonna get better if you don't change, if you don't leave, if you don't get some type of distance. Understand that. Love yourself and pray. Stay in prayer. Stay in prayer. Because it will get better for you when you get out of it. I am on the other side, and I tell you, I'm much better. I had days where I cried every day, seasons where I cried every day, months where I just couldn't go to work. I was in a lot, and nobody knew for the most part this year because I kept a good straight face. I'm not somebody that gets on here and do story times. I'm not somebody that gets, just go around telling everybody my business. Like, one person I really knew was my therapist, and that's, because that's just what she's for. But I understand. And I know it's easier said than done. I do. When you like them, they like you. Y'all got feelings and all these things invested. It's just, you seem like you can't leave, but you can leave. They can leave you. You can leave them. Y'all can leave each other. Somebody can leave. I promise you. And don't ever let somebody make you feel like you don't have the ability to leave. Let people go. That's what I had to learn, is to just let people go. Let him go. Let him go. You don't want to be with me? I got it. Okay, let you go. I can't force you. I can't make you. I can't make you love me. Like, I can't. And I have to know that I'm who I am, and I know I have amazing qualities. Am I perfect? Do I got some things I gotta work on? Absolutely. But I am who I am. I'm good. I'm a nice person. I have a kind heart. I give. And I know it's only a matter of time before it comes back. So you can get out of it. You can heal. Healing is attractive. Heal. Don't just go right from that person to that relationship to the next. So many people do that. I'm intentionally not doing that. Like, I'm intentionally just, because somebody told me, they were like, you're just using people. And I'm like, no. And it was just because I wasn't over this person. So I'm intentionally being very intentional about just healing, just shutting it down, just focusing on what I need to do for me, where I went wrong, what I should have done, what I could have done, and what I need to do better to heal, to grow, and to be a better person and to change. And it's going to get there. I'm going to get there day by day, step by step, session by session. It's going to get there. I've already seen the changes. I'm proud of myself because I was fighting for my life most of this year. And that's how it feels when you're in a toxic relationship situation. You fight for your life. Like, you just can't. You're always on pins and needles. Anxiety is every day. You can't breathe. Like, you just suffocating. I get it. I've been there. But there's air for you. You can breathe when you come out on the other side, like myself. That being said, excuse me, Jesus. Excuse me, Lord. With that being said, I'm going to leave it here. As always, stay grateful, stay faithful, stay consistent. Peace.